So this trip out to Vancouver with Via Rail turned out a little bit stressful. June the 30th, I checked on the website. Kept on checking overnight. The train was 4 hours behind, but then it made up 3 hours, and I'm 1 hour away. I had to hustle to get to the train station on time.
Good morning, it's Canada Day. This is day one of the 21-day journey. We're going from Melville to Vancouver on the Canadian. We have a little steeper berth here. Already had breakfast. I had some hash browns, omelette, some toast.
I grabbed an omelet for breakfast after boarding the train and then actually went back to bed for a little while. The train was serviced at Saskatoon, the washrooms were small but clean, and there was bingo on board to play. About 1 o'clock I had lunch. Sleeper class customers get access to the park car after 5. I made use of that and had a delicious prime rib for supper. I woke up in the morning, we were already in Jasper the next day. They were dedicating the park car called Jasper Car. What a treat it was, opening my eyes, waking up, looking out the window and seeing Mount Robson Provincial Park. And then later in the day, we got to see Pyramid Falls. So freight trains have the right of way, and the Via Rail passenger trains got to stop and wait. That meant we got 3 views of Pyramid Falls. 1 o'clock, we go right past it. We had to stop, wait for a freight train, backed up when it was clear, and then we went past again. You get a lot of time on the train to visit, and I met lots of really cool people. Carolyn, Ron, Charlie, Bruce. We enjoyed our suppers, we got appetizers, we got fine dining and meals. Wasn't a lot of time to walk around at the Kamloops station. I checked for my bike, but couldn't see it in the one car. It must be in the one that was locked up. Train can make up a lot of time. We actually rolled into Vancouver a couple hours early at like 6 a.m. instead of 8 a.m. July the 3rd, we went for dim sum with Patrick and his family at the Paramount Chinese seafood restaurant. It was delicious and lots of variety. I was really struck by how many people gardened in Vancouver. They had raised gardens everywhere, pollinator meadows, poppies everywhere. We went to the Bloedel Conservatory and explored the outer grounds a little bit first, and then Patrick watched my bike so I could tour the inside building. There was lots of things to spot. The Kramer was very famous and noisy. There was also Chico and Pedro, Rudy, Valentine, Carmen and Maria, and of course even the mice that lived there. And they were introduced at one point in time, but they decided that they helped to clean up stuff, and the mice don't have any natural predators, and it would take too much to get rid of them, so the mice are allowed to stay. The building has a wide variety of flowers as well as the birds. It's a little bit smaller than other conservatories that I've been in, but still well worth the time to spend a half hour, an hour in there, and I'm sure you could spend longer. There's no admission to tour around the grounds, and there's lots of sights to see. There's giant Brazilian rhubarb with thorns, there's flowers arranged, there's tall trees, and the owl we saw at the Van Dusen Botanical Garden. We didn't go in, but we just explored the outer grounds of there. We picked up fresh sushi and sashimi at the downtown Costco and then headed to Stanley Park for the 9 o'clock gun. It went off about 30 seconds early.
How's it going again?
We packed up and hit the Cypress Mountain Lookout for a sunset picnic. It was great. The next day we went for lunch with Wes and Patrick at Elise's Cafe, Bakery and Bistro on Cambie. We toured around Gastown, we saw the steam clock. We biked through the Avalon Greenway where we examined the steel artwork to celebrate the cattle and the dairy industry there. Then we went to Dine Canadian and enjoyed the Filipino buffet with Patrick's friend Andrew. Continuing on, we sightseed around New Westminster with the gigantic tin soldier and the orca, and then continued on to the Avalon Dairy and around Burnaby to see the salmon topiaries. My friend Patrick brought me some frozen durian to taste. I wasn't sure what to expect, so we made sure that we opened the jar outside. In the end, it was
A little
actually
bit
pretty
garlicky.
good. A little bit garlicky, some cantaloupe notes in there, very creamy,
Kind of
but
like cantaloupe.
I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah. Not bad.
July the 5th brought the Prima Fondo presented by Red Truck Racing. I signed up in the group to go around and do some laps of Stanley Park. They call those the sloops. Thanks for the ride, Red Truck Racing. Then we had a Vietnamese sub at Obanmi. We checked out Peace Park and Granville Island. We took the sea bus to North Vancouver and we saw the Navy ships that were docked in Vancouver. This is all capped off with a delicious Korean summer, super Korean. Check out the next episode where we cycle around Stanley Park. Follow that up by cycling back from Vancouver to the Prairies with Barry and Paul.